we've been watching you, Commander. This is XCOM 2.
Commander.
He's in it again, in case you're wondering.
Awesome, I love him. His voice is really cool.
He's basically Agent 47, but with a, smoking 50 a day.
Yeah, he sounds like really creepy in the first one, where he's just like, "We've been pleased with your progress, Commander."
Yeah, he's back for this. He goes places, let's say.
Does he?
Does things you'll have never seen in XCOM 1. This is just a random.
Time to motor.
I can't actually read the objective because of how far I'm sitting from my screen, but this is a mission pretty early on in the game. The first time we've encountered the Thin Men. Yeah, they're Thin Men, in case you didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the snake people that people are making like furry alien art of.
Yeah, they are. You know the Thin Men with the poison from the first game? That's them in their natural form.
What?
Yeah. There are some alien-ass aliens in this game, despite the fact a lot of what you're fighting are human-ass aliens.
What happened to their tails in the first ones then?
I guess they're hidden up in those tight suits they always wear.
That's really dumb. What?
Yeah, I thought it was dumb too, but they do that. They do that with a few different aliens where they clearly just wanted a better art style, and they've done it, and they've got really good art. But it's like there's no way what were they called? Do you know the jetpack aliens?
Oh, the floaters.
Yeah, I think they are meant. They look like angels now, almost like weirdly like Greek. Like almost as if they're sculpted from stone on jetpacks. So I think they're meant to be those floaters in like their natural form, or some version of that, some evolution. They just look completely different.
Okay.
It's kind of a cool concept, considering in the first one they were invading Earth, so of course they geared up to fight a war. So it's kind of nice that they're not all armored up and stuff. It kind of makes sense since they've now taken over Earth.
Yeah, they're now integrated as the Advent organization.
Can I just say that's super dumb? Considering this game's plot is the aliens have won, they've taken over Earth, and humanity are now basically somewhat enslaved by them. It just makes the entire first game pointless.
I mean, there's reasons for what they're doing. It is explained by the story. I'm not going to say it's fucking revolutionary. The story in the first game wasn't particularly good, but there are reasons for what they're doing, and you are the same commander from the first game. There's some continuity there.
I've seen the beginning of the game, the first tutorial mission. I don't understand it.
So that's Central, the guy in the sweater from the first game.
Yeah.
He was been leading the resistance in your absence, and that's him breaking you out of a gene therapy lab.
Yeah, but why are you captured? I don't understand that.
There's an event, I can't remember what they call it, but there was a time when I want to say it's it's not the Kobayashi Maru, because that's from Star Trek, but it's this event that they occasionally mention about when the XCOM organization fell. I think the idea is when they invaded your base in the first game.
Yeah.
Or maybe when you were betrayed. There was a part of the expansion pack was basically you're fighting this other organization of human sympathizers.
Oh, the Exalts.
Yeah, and the fucking base invasion mission that happens in that expansion is so goddamn good. So I think the idea is...
I've only had one, and that was the aliens invading quite early on in the game.
Yeah, do you mean the abduction missions?
No, my base got invaded by aliens.
Weird, maybe I'm misremembering, but there was this one anyway in the Exalt expansion, and I think it might have been related to that. Is the idea behind it. But either way, you were abducted or your people killed. And a few managed to escape. And now Central's got a beard. And a very large machine gun. It's pretty weird.
Weird.
So we've just been showing off the concealment, which is the new tactical thing, allowing you know how in the first game it gets really annoying when you're going around the corner and you awaken 5 enemies. They are able to take cover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've had that much because you've been playing it again.
I played 10 hours. Well, I had my birthday on the 11th.
Happy birthday.
And then the 12th, I spent all day playing XCOM. The 13th, I spent all day playing XCOM. And the 14th, I spent most of the day playing XCOM.
So when you go around the corner and all the enemies run to cover and you're like, damn it, your soldier's out in the middle of nowhere because you accidentally dashed.
Yes.
Well, now with the concealment, you can get all your people in position before the enemy can move. So long as you don't enter that red grid that you saw at the beginning of this video, then the enemy won't see you. So you can set up Overwatch in really good cover spots. You know, you fire the first shot and just like slaughter fucking half the enemy force in like your opening turn. It's so cool.
I hate it when you're like invading an alien ship, and you can clearly see where the command center is, and there's gonna be like what are the cool floating fin aliens from the first one called?
Do you mean the orange guys? The guys in like the yellowy armor?
No, I'm talking about the tall fin one that have all the psionic powers.
Oh, the ethereals?
Yeah, the ethereal. You can tell that they're going to be inside that room.
Yeah.
So you position all your people by the doors, you open it, and then they just run into cover, and you can't shoot.
Yeah, it is
It's like, it's my turn, why can I not shoot? I've set up flanking maneuvers on them all.
Yeah, well, this is why this game does improve that. There's also very few UFO fights as well. Though there are some occasionally, which I don't know about you, but I always got sick of the UFO fights because they were basically the same layout. Like, if you're on one of the big ones towards the end of the game, it was like just a fucking, you're running along this corridor for 10 minutes, and like shooting anyone was really hard. And the smaller ones early on just had too many corners.
Hardly did anything.
But now you have advent facilities like the one we're assaulting now. And yeah, so this is some of the glitchiness there. Like, you might just notice that snake was inside my soldier.
Kinky.
A little bit, not in a kind of way you want. This game is a technical mess. We haven't actually spoke with voices since I've completed this game. I had this problem where about 15 hours into the game would crash after every mission. So I had to get back and save as fast as possible before I would get a "your memory's low" error, because it turns out XCOM 2 was sucking up all 16 gigs of my memory. And if
I've heard that this is like a technical mess on launch.
It is, it's really bad. Like, I haven't had, people are talking about like stuttering and stuff. I haven't had that except in the strategic view, ironically. Like, it runs fine for me in the combat. But the moment I'm back at the base, it just fucking, frame rate goes to shit. But yeah, like, it was crashing after every mission, and it got really bad to the point where it crashed on the last cutscene, just because it was sucking up all my memory. So there's, people are speculating there's a memory leak. That might be true, but when I re-upped for a second game, it was still doing it. So when I started deleting my saves, I realized it was linking to saves. The more saves I had, the sooner it would fill up my memory. So now I can play about 2 hours of XCOM with just like 4 saves and then whatever the auto saves are.
Wow. I mean, like, there's no way my laptop will run this game, but I did buy this for somebody, and they crashed after the first mission.
Yeah, it's there's problems. And there was no patch by the time my review went up, which you can read right now on GameDropZone.com, so I hope they get on that. That was a week out from launch when I posted my review.
Yeah, I really wish they brought this to the consoles, because there's no way I can play this game for a while.
There's no reason this wouldn't work on consoles. It controls exactly like XCOM 1. The UI is a little bit smaller, but that's it.
The first one was on consoles. I don't know why they didn't bring it to consoles. They probably will eventually.
Well, it didn't sell particularly well, the first one, was what I heard. I don't have any numbers, but that's the reason I heard why this one isn't coming.
Well, it didn't sell well to begin with on PC anyway, because it was a reboot of a dead franchise.
Yeah. I don't know that
it got popular on PC because, I don't know, somebody must have bought it out there and been like, hey guys, this game's really good, and everybody went and bought it on Steam for cheap.
Yeah, it did have sort of like a, I'm not going to call it a revival, but there was a lot of, it won a lot of Game of the Year awards, let's say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is odd considering how relatively easy porting to the consoles is now, given that they're all on PC architecture. So, you would have thought, like, someone like Sony would have been like, no, put this out exclusive for 3 months or something. Well, that's what Microsoft and them do now. So.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it is a better game, I think. We should probably state that. Considering we spent the last 5 minutes slagging off the technical performance.
It's the plot of it's dumb in my mind, but it looks really nice as well.
Yeah, it's like less cartoony, but still its own look, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I like that the customization has been improved for the characters, because that's something lacking in the first one.
Oh, it's so good. I've made so many punk characters with nose piercings, cigarettes, and the coolest punk hair.
You made Kyle Shimon as a black, bald woman.
No, but I've got plenty of black, bald women in my armies.
That's good.
You have to. I don't put myself in these games. I don't put anyone I know in these games. I put characters from things I'm writing in there.
Really?
So yeah, I don't think there's any in this match, but I do have like several of my characters from various unfinished stories in my squads. And then it's always terrible when they die, because I've spent like literally half an hour customizing their armor. So you can like swap out what kind of arms they have on their armor and stuff. It's like really
Yeah, I
nice.
saw that. It's really cool.
And of course, this game has mod support, so I was able to mod in the one mod that mattered, which was to add berets to the customization, because there's no berets in by default, which is a goddamn tragedy.
Really? You can't make Big Boss?
No, well you can if you get the mods. There's some good mods out there. Someone's also added Sonic, which is the worst. They should be taken away from technology.
Yep.
But yeah, I do like it a lot. I don't like a lot of the strategic changes. Like I spoke to you before. I think we said this on a podcast or something. Like I was worried that it got too complex. Like the beauty of the first game was like the actual game part was relatively simple. And I think they have sort of bloated the strategic level quite a lot. There's just dumb UI things where it's like one screen will have the back icon on the bottom left, on the other screen there'll be no back icon. You have to hit escape. It's like stupid things like that, linked with too many. There's just like a wealth of like resources and shit that they all mean something, but they're never explained properly until you need them, and then you realize you can't do something. It's like they just surface things in a really weird way. Like the way the missions pop up is there's a better way to do that. But ultimately, like the tactical combat comes out feeling so much better. There's so many more maps. The missions are just tighter. Fucking really good, but also majorly broken at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to play it for a while, unfortunately. Although I really want to. But I still haven't even finished the first game to begin with.
You should do that, and you should get the DLC, because the DLC is great. It adds mechs.
I did. I bought the DLC to play through it again.
Oh, that's awesome. It's you get those people. I love it when you send the people on the infiltration missions in the first game, and they get like the jackets and the pistols because they look awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've done that yet, but it's the coolest look.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know how far in I am, but I was already looking at the Long War mods, and I was like, I should just stop playing and play through this instead.
I spent a little bit of time with that before playing this game, because things about this game are inspired by that mod, and I couldn't get into it. The pace was like,
yeah,
when it says Long War, it's like it's Long War for a reason. Also, there's way too much text on the screen in the Long War mod if you get around to like character customization and stuff. Like there's a lot of classes with really colourful text that I just couldn't get behind.
Yeah.
But whatever, this was XCOM 2. It's really cool. Check out my review, GameDropZone.com.